Kia ora, everyone. Welcome to this very relaxing ASMR session where I will use a few different camera angles. I will light candles for you and this scented cone, incense cone that will produce some nice aroma for you throughout this session. And this is something that I've just acquired recently. So I received a package from my relatives and them knowing, of course, that I enjoy producing the ASMR content. They always send me something that I can share with you. And we are starting with this gentle ear touching. And of course we have our beautiful Aurelia here and her gorgeous long blonde hair. And you can see my candles on the background, and those are just to bring your mind at peace and calm you down. I know that candles can always relax us, and the warmth and the flickering flame can put us into a deep trance that will help our well-being. That's why throughout this session you will see those candles a few times to calm you down. And of course, you just take a comfortable position, lie down or sit in a comfortable chair. Continue listening and watching if you want, and continue getting those beautiful tingles and relaxation. So I really like this type of content because I can experiment quite a lot, and I really wanted to film from that very close angle with my hands at the back. I watched it somewhere else and I loved it. It was very tingly for me, and I would like to know what you think about it too. I will be just gently playing with the hair, taking small strands, putting them from one place to another, gently lifting and grabbing the hair from the front and taking it towards the back. And while I do this, your job is to relax and let go. And I will be brushing the hair now again very close so you can even see how the bristles are touching her hair and how they're leaving this trace behind when they split the hair and just go through it to all the bristles. And it's a really calming sound as well. On my Russian social media channel, I put a poll up and I asked my followers what is the main reason they watch ASMR videos. And I was surprised when I saw the results of that post. I have maybe 700 people voted, which is a lot, and I think I can rely quite confidently on those results. And what they told me is that they enjoy most, actually not ASMR. Maybe some of you don't remember, but ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response. So this is that physical reaction of our body to different triggers. And the main purpose, of course, of ASMR video is ASMR. However, as we all know, not everybody can feel the tingles, and not everybody can feel that response of the body. Maybe it's that they are not as sensitive, or maybe they just don't have that response in their body. And so imagine that more than 70% of those who voted said that they are watching ASMR videos purely for relaxation. So they don't get tingles, or maybe they don't value them so much, but they continue watching ASMR videos because they bring them so many benefits. And this is so amazing that something that was designed for a different purpose is now used so widely and is used for people in many ways. And I know that people are using it to cope with different things, including pain, headaches, insomnia, of course stress, but also anxiety. I know that many people watch those videos just because they want to feel the comfort and they want to go back to the times when someone was looking after them, caring, and paying close attention to them. Even in that poll, many people replied that they feel like it's so gentle and the touch is so soft, like you are back into your mother's hands. And this is so so important, I think, for us to know that ASMR is not just the physical pleasure that you get from the tingles. It's now so much more. It helps so many people across the globe to feel better. And I'm so glad that I'm part of that community, but also that I found it myself and that I can benefit from all those videos myself. And my life definitely improved after I started watching those videos. It's not that you can see that improvement skyrocketing, but it's so gentle and gradual that at some point you just forget what you was worrying about. It just generally lifts your well-being and reduces the level of stress, especially if you do it regularly. And here I'm sectioning Aurelius here, and I know that you really like that tool and this gentle micro attention that it brings. Just picking up those here and separating one part of the hair from the other, exploring what is in between and pointing that metal tracer tool. And from the front, separating the hair to opposite sides. And this is also so tingly when you pull the hair lightly and put it in a different way from what it was before. Just lifting those little sections and changing their direction from where it naturally falls to an opposite way. That is something that creates that nice, unexpected tension and tingles that can go through the entire body. And I guess if you are not one of those who experience tingles, then for you that experience could be quite different. If you are looking for relaxation only, then I guess there are many other things you can rely on, and this includes, of course, my voice that guides you through that process, and also just the gentle, repetitive movements of my hands in the video. There are, of course, some sounds that you can enjoy too, that may bring you peace, as they are also low frequency sounds, and they can help you to go into a deeper trance, to have better relaxation and better stress relief. And I think that for me as for creator, so need to rethink what I do in my videos to make sure that I cater for those who want to experience relaxing content and who mostly watch for relaxation. And now I'm using little elastics, and this was actually requested by some of you, and I know that previously there was a comment that those rubber bands, they have very pronounced sound and that I should use a softer bands, but this comment was about how this sound is actually quite tingly, and that's why in this video I decided to use few elastics for those of you who like the sound of it being put on the hair. I will create few little ponytails. For me, that sound and the action of putting little ponytails together are very tingly, as I watched once Donna Esperanza doing that on her channel, and I really liked that. It's not the sound of elastics that I liked, but mostly just working with small section of the hair, and I like that those elastics, they're quite tidy, they're not bulky, and that's why I liked them. Also, in that video that I watched before, I really liked how Donna Esperanza played with those little ponytails after, and I tried to do it just a little bit myself. I think it could be also good to create those little ponytails on a shorter hair. It's of course a different experience for you. And you can make few more if you are working with a shorter hair. Another thing that I learned from my poll that I did on my social media is that a lot of people very like the combination of educational content with ASMR. On my Russian YouTube channel, I started doing ASMR with maps, books and stories, where I explore a topic and in my quiet, low voice, I explain the topic. I draw some figures or lines. I point to different locations, whether it's on the map or on the graph, and I show few books, few photographs. People find it really interesting, and also they say that many times they have to go back to those videos to watch them 5 or 6 times until they complete the entire video, because they're falling asleep. And this is our main goal, right? To provide you a very good rest so that you can function well next day. But those videos are providing some extra benefits of some curious issues or stories that are discussed and explained. For this channel, for NanoFox, I also created few of those videos, and I noticed that I am getting more subscribers through that content. It takes me a while to prepare, because when I talk about a specific topic, I want to know more than what I can tell you, which means I need to study it myself first and study it quite deep, so then when I tell you about it, I know it from my heart, and it's not just something that I read or something that I've just discovered. It's something that I dedicated my time to and processed to then create something nice and relaxing for you. Maybe some of you remember on NanoFox I did this video where I explained some statistics about surveying, and I think it was during COVID, during one of the lockdowns that we had in New Zealand. And I remember I was still in my first rented house in this town where I live now, and I was sitting on the floor and I had a notebook, and I was drawing in the notebook and explaining some of those formula, like mean and median, I think, and I was talking about samples and population size, and many of you liked that video, and I know that many came back to it a few times. Of course, there are some topics that I know quite well, like that one, or like the topic that I studied, the biology, about conservation or some population dynamics. But I can't only talk about those topics that I know. I need to make sure that the topics are diverse, and that the things that I am curious about, I'm also learning new things too. So I encourage you to check out my new tracing videos with information and storytelling, because I feel like I will be continuing doing that, creating that content just because it's something unique and it's something that you can't just do in 5 minutes. I feel like when you dedicate your time to something and then make it into a video, it's more unique and it's not something that everyone can do. That's why it could attract more of your attention, hopefully. So here I'm just playing with those little ponytails, just putting them into different directions and pulling a little bit on them, creating some sort of a pattern on the top of the head, and just gently pulling my fingers through the silky hair and lightly touching those ponytails and in between. Was a nice video for me because I could also go in a bit of a trance while producing those triggers, because there was no one beside me. I was just by myself and I could truly relax myself, and I hope that you were able to feel it too. So have a great time, everyone. I will see you in the next video, and just want to say goodbye in Maori too, because I always say kia ora at the beginning, so now I'm going to say mā te wā, which means see you later. Goodbye.